5 kindergarten class not be filled in the state of Florida because that many children under the age of 5 drown.
Yeah, close to 100 drowning. It needs to stop. We could save over 14,000 children in 1 year. That's a lot of kids.
What's going on, everybody? On today's episode, we have Mindy York and Marlene Bloom, co-founders of Baby Otter. So how did it come to be?
When my daughter was 2 years old, she had no fear of the water. So I spent a summer experimenting with my friends' kids and came up with this 5-day program, that our Turn, Kick, Reach program that saves a child as soon as they can crawl 8-9 months all the way to senior citizens. Layla, who came to us because her mother was told originally by other swim schools that because they're autistic, they will never learn to swim. Today, she's been with us for what now?
15 years.
And she has over 30 silver and gold Florida Olympic medals.
I love hearing stories where doctors tell somebody they can't do something and then they go and do it.
Oh, please.
Yeah, you guys are super cool. I didn't know I was going to be having this much fun.
Oh, well, thank you.
What's going on, everybody? This is Alex Quinn, and you're listening to Hustle Inspires Hustle. On today's episode, we have Mindy York and Marlene Bloom, co-founders of Baby Otter. How you doing?
We're
doing great, Alex.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Hey, I'm super excited to connect with you. I love the concept of what you have going on, and you guys operate near my home of Florida, all around Florida, and I thought it was excellent. I'm really, really pumped that you guys are joining me today. Both of you are in Orlando right now?
Correct.
We are both in Orlando, but our business goes from Miami to Orlando, so we're everywhere. Marlene was actually raised in Miami, right, Marlene?
Yeah, North Miami.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You're a Miami girl. Okay.
I am. Yeah, North Miami Senior High School and then Miami-Dade Junior College.
I love it. I love it. So how long has the business been around?
Well, we've been around for like almost 49 years now, close to it.
My Lord, I love it.
Yeah.
You guys probably have so many amazing stories. I don't think any podcast is long enough to hear all of that. You probably
have no idea.
So how did it come to be?
Well, when my daughter was 2 years old, she had no fear of the water. And I'd just walk right in and I'd have to grab her. And it always scared me. What happens if I'm not there? So I had called other schools and whatnot. Well, we don't teach until they're 3 years old. And as an educator, I was saying, that's not right. Kids are drowning under the age of 3. So I spent a summer experimenting with my friends' kids and came up with this 5-day program, that our Turn, Kick, Reach program that saves a child as soon as they can crawl 8-9 months all the way to senior citizens. It's designed on lesson plans. So I know everyone who's any of our instructors, I know day 1, this is what they're doing. Day 3, this is what they're doing. Day 5, this is what they're doing. So it's been very successful, and we're excited because our mission was to make Florida a zero drowning state. And then Mindy joined me about 10 years later, and Mindy can tell her story.
Yeah, mine was an unfortunate, but turned out to be fortunate. You know, my background is business. I had my children at the pool. I turned around for 1 second to address my older child, my younger one, told her to sit still. She did not listen. She went and walked down the steps of the pool, didn't hear it, which is why it's called the silent killer. And next thing I know, we're looking around like, where's Stacy? And she's laying on the bottom of the pool looking up like this. So, you know, I had to breathe life back into my child. Knowing Marlene, she's Stacy's godmother. There's a very big connection here. Brought her to Marlene and said, you know what? I think my calling in business is to help you now turn this into a bigger business, not just working for the temple or doing some of the kids that you know. We need to make a big impact so that what happened to me never happens to another parent. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm very fortunate, because most stories, there's not a happy ending. So then I got involved, and, you know, Baby Otter was created. So together we're on a mission to make Florida a zero drowning state. Then we started in June of 2022. So we're just 2 years into it, franchising, because after COVID, the stats were terrible, right, Marlene? There was how many tell Alex, how many kindergarten classrooms?
There's 5 kindergarten classes will not be filled in the state of Florida because that many children under the age of 5 drown. So, and then it ended up being now
Terrible.
by the second year, it was 11 kindergarten classes. I mean, it's
So we had, close to 100 drownings. So we knew that even with our staff, because we are private, we're a traveling swim school, we bring our school to your pool. Even with that, we couldn't tap into the minutia of how many of these children, this epidemic. So what we had to do is we said, you know what, let me bring my skills of entrepreneurship and teach these people how to become business owners. Everybody's looking for a change somehow. And it resonated so much with teachers because it was created by a teacher. 5 of my franchisees are teachers. So if we can create enough entrepreneurs, then inevitably we can make Florida a zero drowning state and then move throughout the country. And that's what we did. So
Question for you, for both of you, to your knowledge, is there any state that has gotten real close to that or even to that number? Is there anybody leading the charge or anything you've seen?
leading the charge of how many children are drowning?
Yeah, no, not leading not in how many children are drowning, but in getting the number lower and lower towards where there's somebody that's pioneering it.
I don't really know. I know that we're on that pioneering mission for our state. We're both, I've been in Florida for 40, God, I'm going to show you my age now, Alex, for 46 years. And my kids were raised here and my grandchildren are here. So
Yeah.
Florida is my home. And just to know that our own state is one of the leading states of drowning with kids under the age of 5, it needs to stop. So we're making a big impact now because our franchisees are hitting people that, just the baby Otter Swim School alone couldn't do. So we're thrilled and hoping to listen, if I put 100 people in business just on our model of 4 a week, we could save over 14,000 children in 1 year. That's a lot of kids.
Wow. I wasn't privy to any of these facts, and it's crazy to hear because I'm here. I have family, we got kids in the family. And you think about that all the time. Like at least in my family, everybody's super alert around the pool, or whenever there is a situation around the pool. It's very serious. And it's really cool to see how you guys have turned something that's a business, but have given it such meaning that it makes people want to help, right? Even the people that become franchisees, they're not just like, let's say, making it about money or making it about like the business, but there's such a sweet warm component behind it too, because it's such a nice and ethical way to make money. And as a marketer, I recognize that, and I think it's really cool what you guys are doing. You guys make a really good team.
Thank you.
It's a mission. I always tell people that are looking into our franchise, I said, this is a mission. Once you understand and feel the mission, the money will follow.
Yeah.
And we are Marlene and I are very blessed to have an amazing group of franchisees. And like I said, a lot of them are teachers.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear that. Is that basically because of the flexibility of the schedules? Because either way, the kids are in school, and then when they get out, they could have a lesson or even during the weekend.
It's both. And it's all, they can work after school. It's very scalable. So they can have somebody teaching for them while they're in school, and they could be making, some serious money while they're teaching and planning their retirement. Or some of them, have left teaching because one of my franchisees has doubled his income. So they left and they made this their passion. So what resonated with them was, number one, the flexibility, the ability to make more money, the mission, the lesson plans, and the curriculum got them because they all understand that. That's what teachers are taught. So every day, like Marlene said, is a lesson plan. They don't go out and just wing it. They follow a lesson plan. So at the end of 5 days, a child as young as 9 months is swimming independently, steps, wall, and if they fall into the water, they know what to do. Marlene is the GOAT that created
that curriculum.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about this also is the fact that we service the special needs children. Those on the spectrum and whatnot, we've had 100% success rate with them. It's amazing. And
we'll tell them about Layla. We have an Olympian.
We do. We have Layla, who came to us because her mother was told originally by other swim schools that because they're autistic, they will never learn to swim. And her doctor says, no, go to Marlene and Mindy. They came to us. and we taught her Layla and her brother. And today, she's been with us for what now, 15 years?
15 years.
And she has over 30 silver and gold Florida Olympic medals.
Ain't
So,
that nice?
yeah.
Take
We're so
that,
proud of
doctor.
her. We're so proud of her. Yes.
I love hearing stories where doctors tell somebody they can't do something and then they go and do it.
Oh, please. I can't. You know, when I go on the news or something, I'll always tell them, listen, I'm happy to go on and talk. Don't script me.
Yeah.
You know, because I always say to parents, swimming lessons are as important as putting your child in the car in a car seat. If you don't teach your children how to swim, it's like putting them in the car and just buckling them in without a car seat. It has to be a priority. We live in Florida.
Actually works. Yeah. It's actually works.
It's
Yeah.
just.
And the beautiful thing is it's done in 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah.
Do you find a lot in like new parents that it's not that maybe they don't want to do what you guys offer, but maybe it's that they don't know. Maybe it's like they don't know that it's possible maybe for a toddler to learn, for babies that are a few months old to learn, because they can. I've seen babies 3, 4, 5 months old not do crazy stuff, but they start getting acclimated with the water and they start getting that sensory input.
We tell parents right away when you have the kid in the bath, put water over their head. Doesn't matter if they like it or not. They'll learn to like it because oh my God, Marlene and I could write a book of bloopers of over the decades of things we've heard from parents. Let me talk to my 2-year-old and ask them how they feel about it. Okay. Let me know how that works for you. So,
Yeah.
you know, I can talk because I can empathize because I was that parent, right?
Yeah.
Marlene and I and my entire team, you know, the daughter I almost lost is my director of operations, has her own franchise in Orlando.
You guys are so funny, man. Yeah.
She was an ESE teacher and now brings all of the knowledge for special needs children to Baby Otter from the cards that we give them, visuals. So if they are nonverbal, they can see what we're talking about. I'm telling you, we are so successful with these amazing children and they love the water.
Yeah.
So we're just really proud of what we do and we're hoping to help as many people as possible if they're looking for something to get into business. You know, we want to help.
How did you identify the market needed something like this, a specialized swim school that comes to you, but also what inspired you to have the franchising aspect of it? Was it maybe you saw the market wasn't doing it? Was it geared maybe by that situation you had? Was it a little bit of a mix of both?
Great questions. So basically, you know, we know the market, right? So we hear Marlene created this basically regardless of what the market was, based on 5 days, private lessons. We do not do groups. Each child is individualized, so we can adapt to their individual needs and everything else. They still do the program, but each child has different types of needs that they require. So
Right.
Marlene created this on 5 days. So the idea is to educate parents. Do you want to go where you're going month after month until your child learns to swim, or do you want a structured program? We have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So, you know, it's basically educating the parents because basically as new parents, most don't know. They need to be educated, right? So through media, you know, social media, through hearing about us, right? Everything's based around social media. We did a video on TikTok of an 8-month-old swimming to the wall. It's at 4.2 million hits. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So what prompted us to do the franchising is because we alone could not hit the masses and try to stop this epidemic. And Marlene and I are super passionate about these kids drowning. And we just, you know, figured we'll help others, which inevitably will help the state of Florida. The more you help others, the more results we're going to get. And that's why we started to franchise. And there's no overhead here. No one needs brick and mortar in this business. A lot of franchises, you have to build a pool and get a rental and rent you know, an indoor facility and things like that. No, we bring our school to your pool. Very minimal overhead.
And what parents also love is the fact that we go not only with this beginning turn kick reach program, but we go all the way up to swim team training.
Yep.
Up to what, sorry?
We all the way up to swim team training. We do beginning strokes. We go all the way gradual, all the way up to swim team training.
We get them ready like Layla, who's our Olympian.
Right.
Your lifetime value is great per student, right? Especially for franchisees. If they're investing a little bit up front to acquire through advertising or through public relations, whatever it is that they're doing, as long as they continue to do an excellent job and follow your curriculum, there's a great lifetime value for the business there in regards to revenue, but also a great lifetime value to the people that are learning from everything you have to teach. So pretty cool. And then the aspect of not having a lot of overhead because you bring the school to the pool, pretty cool. I hope you guys have that trademarked.
We do, but thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper. At what point did you realize it was going to be important to put a focus on public relations, on going on podcasts, on going on TV, on going on the media? Was this something that you did from the start, or is this something that you eventually evolved into doing?
We've always been very connected to the media. Are you a baseball fan by any chance?
I am not a baseball fan, but I could say I went to the Marlins game 2 weeks ago with my pops and I had a great time.
Does the name Andre Dawson do anything for you?
No, but educate me.
All right, well, he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of our national spokespeople. So we taught him, he brought the Cubs to their fame. He's worked for the Marlins as well.
Okay.
But we taught him how to swim at age 50. We do adults as well. So Marlene and I forgot to mention that we do adults. A lot of adults want to take it off their bucket list. That's one of the reasons I'm in Orlando, because we work with Marriott and Westgate resorts.
Yes.
Everybody remembers where they first learned to swim. So why not make that memory Marriott or Westgate? Because our program is so condensed, we can do it and adapt to the guests' stay, about the, how long they stay.
Yeah.
So we love our resort relationships as well. So, we just saw the need. We saw the need to do something for our state. Marlene and I can never rest when we hear about these children who are now on life support. And there's plenty of them right now that are over a simple falling into a water, being under for a couple of minutes. The entire family's life is now changed forever. So we want to stop it. And the way we can stop it is by helping other people become successful.
You'd be surprised. I spent some time on TikTok, on Instagram Reels as well. And here and there, I've come across a video of somebody like falling in the water or like not knowing how to swim, and people like recording them and kind of like poking at them for not knowing how to swim. And then when you read the comments, you'd be surprised how many adults don't know how to swim. Like what you just said, everybody commenting, "Oh, I don't know how to swim. I don't know how to swim." And it's like something that it's like not knowing how to walk. Like you have to know how to swim. Like there's no way around it.
Yeah,
but
especially in Florida.
We tell adults, who are like maybe embarrassed. I said, don't be embarrassed. We all learn things at different stages of our life. So it's okay. A lot of them that come to the resorts go, I'm on vacation. I've wanted to take it off my bucket list. I'm doing it while I'm here. And in 3 days, we get adult who never couldn't even put their face in the water, now puts their face in the water. I'll tell you another bizarre story. We have our first vet who became a franchisee. Marlene taught him a few years ago how to swim. He didn't know how to swim. He learned how to swim, loved the water, and became a franchisee.
Wow. A veterinarian or a vet from the military?
Military vet, sorry. A military vet, I apologize. Yep.
Okay. Damn, military vet didn't know how to swim. You hooked him up. Now he's ready to go. He's ready to go.
He is killing it in the franchise and loves it. It's this big 6'5" guy, right? And he's just like holding these little babies, loving the fact that every day, he's making a great living, but at the same time, he's changing these kids' lives. Like at the end of the week, they give him these cards and this grown man has tears in his eyes. I love it.
Are you guys able to share a little bit about the franchising side? Perhaps maybe like
sure.
like figures,
my favorite topic.
Like how much it could cost or not. If not, it's totally fine. But I think it's interesting, and I would love for people to hear about it.
Well, it's It's under, you can be in business for under $100,000. So let's put it that way. But the territories that are not taken, that are not corporate owned, you know, we start at 75.
Yeah.
Again, there's no overhead, there's no build out where it ends up being $1 million by the time you're doing build out for some of these other ones. So, and then, you know, there's matrices, you know, where kids can be taught at four of them a week. I always tell people, figure the math out yourself, right? Because we charge $650 a child for the 5 days. So people can do their own math. How much money do you want to make at $650 a child?
Right.
So I can just tell you that they are killing it out there.
Absolutely. I love that. Question in regards to acquiring new students. Are you guys running paid ads? Are you guys doing like Google,
Yes,
Instagram, TikTok ads, all that?
all of that. We have a marketing team.
Good.
And we run ads, lots of social media. They're doing a great job. And I'll tell you the biggest way we get our customers. You ready for this?
Word of mouth.
Moms groups.
Moms groups, yeah?
Moms groups.
That's super crazy.
People
Everybody's
say,
trying to
I'm
help.
looking for a swim instructor. Okay, so if Stacy and I are on social media all the time, if we see it, we'll tag, let's say North Palm Beach, which is Caleb, or we'll tag Coral Springs and Parkland, which is Tara.
Yeah.
Or we'll tag Orlando, which is Chris and Stacy, and you know, so we'll just tag them all, or they'll tag themselves. They'll go on and write about themselves, and other parents will go, oh, I use them, they're the best. And that's how it's just like a roll. It just starts to,
Yeah,
social
especially
media
for
better
local
than I
business.
do.
That's great for local businesses, getting that feedback from local people, groups that have already
Yeah.
trained somebody. That's super cool.
Yes,
Are you guys also running ads to get franchisees? Because that's a great opportunity right there.
we are, but we're always looking for more ideas. So I want to talk to you.
Yeah, no, because I mean, it is a high ticket offer and it's a good investment opportunity. And what I was saying, tugging at the heartstrings and that little warm feeling you get inside knowing you're investing into something that helps people. I could almost imagine like a series of educational content, even maybe targeted just for teachers. Can you imagine just like a campaign just for teachers, South Florida, speaking to all their pain points, or maybe to the areas where they want to grow. And then at the end of that funnel, at the end of that sequence, they're able to get on a call with you or something like that. Super cool what you guys are doing. You guys are a badass team. How many people are on the team currently?
Franchisees. Well, we have in the past 2 years, we have 18 territories.
Okay, cool.
So we came out of the gate swimming pretty fast. So now what we do is we make sure that they're all up and running.
I just caught took me a minute.
That's okay. That's okay. So we're working on some other things now. We have a gentleman who's looking to take over Pennsylvania. So the word is out, right? So we're happy to help those that qualify for what the kind of people that Marlene and I are looking for. It's not just about the money, it's about the person.
You guys are charismatic. It would be super cool to see you guys on a podcast where you guys potentially like talk about what you do, but then sometimes you bring on franchisees and talk about what you do together. I think that would go such a long way because
I would love to do that.
It would position you guys further, right? But then a lot of that content you're able to rip and you're able to use for ads for your existing franchisees or even for the school itself. It's kind of like a killing two birds with one stone. That would be super cool because the dynamic is really cool.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
We appreciate it. We're enjoying our conversation with you, that's for sure.
Yeah, you guys are super cool. I didn't know I was going to be having this much fun.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. So you guys, soccer fans, you asked me if I was a baseball fan. There's a Copa America taking place in the United States right now, and it's like crazy. I don't know if you've seen all the soccer fans raging everywhere.
I do. That's one sport I have not gotten into. How about race car?
I haven't been to a race car race, but I actually interviewed a NASCAR driver, a female NASCAR driver a few weeks ago. I can't remember her name, and it was super cool to meet. They had an activation in Wynwood down here with Red Bull, and they were doing they were doing stuff related to NASCAR and also stuff related to F1, which has gotten really big down here as well.
Yeah, well, I had the fortune of teaching a race car driver. His name is Guy Cosmo, very big here, big internationally. And he now just came on board to be a ambassador for Baby Otter as well, along with Andre Dawson. And we're very fortunate. You know, Marlene and I both, but I was in the water. We taught Gwyneth Paltrow's little girl, Apple, about 12 years ago, 13 years ago, right, Marlene?
Something like that, yes.
I just had
So,
somebody on the podcast, like the episode hasn't come out, but she's a sound healer, I believe, worked with Gwyneth Paltrow. Now you're it's so funny how the worlds connect. That's crazy. I
that was
feel
a
like
long time ago.
Mindy, I feel like you close everybody. I feel like your close rate is probably like super high. Like if you want, I feel like you set your sights on something and it's done. Like,
I try.
yeah.
You know what? Because I'm so, Marlene shaking her head. Yeah.
Definitely tries, absolutely. She's the best.
I have a partner like that. Her name is Michelle. She helped us book this podcast and she works with me at the agency and we work extremely well together like that. We've known each other since we're 14. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, and we're both marketers and we both love like what we do. So it's super cool. She's the one
I
that
can tell you like what you do. So I definitely want to talk to you off camera.
yeah, absolutely. So what else is new? What else could we talk about the business? What haven't we discussed yet?
Basically, you know, anybody out there that's looking for a change, it doesn't have to be a teacher. It could be just somebody that's fed up with their job, or a mom, right? This is a great business for a mom. They can do all their work while a child's in school, right? Kids are in school from 8 to 2. It's a lot of lessons you could get done from 8 to 2. And then from 2 o'clock on, when the children are home, they can scale it and hire an instructor. And the business still goes on, but they're home with their children. And for every child that's taught by an instructor, that franchisee is making $500 a child. So if they have an instructor out there that's doing 4 lessons in addition to what they did in the morning, but they're home with their kids, right? That's an extra $2,000 a week that they get, but they're not there. It's a very scalable business. That's what people love about it. So
Does this require any type of like licensing? You know how like a barber needs a license to be a barber? Is there
sure.
anything like that you need to get, or just learning the curriculum you guys have put together?
Well, we do have our own state certification. We are
Yeah.
very proud of that. You know, a lot of swim schools use Red Cross YMCA. We have our own. We stand alone. So they go through very extensive training with us, and then they're certified through Baby Otter to go out and do all that we do. But we get a lot of calls from a lot of professionals, a lot of lawyers. Like, I don't want to be a lawyer anymore, and I have a child. I've seen your program. Tell me about the scalability. People love to know, how can they scale their business, right? Where it's not just relying on them. You know, like Stacy has instructors, Caleb has instructors. So Caleb could be doing his 6 or 7 in Palm Beach, and then in his other territories that he bought, he's got an instructor that's doing theirs. So he's not there, and he's making $2,500 off of his instructor while he's up in Jupiter and Palm Beach Gardens doing his thing. So it's very scalable. How many instructors do you want? How many kids do you want to reach? How much money do you want to make? So I had one lawyer get on the phone and go, well, I want, how many instructors do I need, to reach 20 kids a week? And I said, 2 to 3. She's like, okay.
I don't know if this is going to lead anywhere, but I would love to make an intro for you, because about 2 weeks ago, I released an episode on this podcast with a gentleman by the name of John Austinson. He runs a company called Frambridge Consulting, and he connects investors he knows and people in his network with good franchising opportunities across the country. And he's been doing this for some time. He himself is also owner of multiple franchises and multiple verticals. See, one of the most cool things about this podcast is I get to talk to great people. I also get to make some good potential connections that could drive business. So yeah, I know a little bit off topic, but I'd love to make that connection for you, because based off what you're saying and based off the conversation I had with him, I feel like there's something there to be chatted about at least.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Love to meet new people.
Yeah. Are either of you active on socials outside of like the business, like Baby Otter, like company accounts?
Social media, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like either of you, are you on Twitter, on LinkedIn, or where do you guys?
We're both on LinkedIn. I'm a LinkedIn junkie for sure.
Okay.
And yep, love LinkedIn. And Marlene, not so much. I do have Facebook. I do have Instagram. Not as active as my daughter, but I'm working on it.
Your
But I love
COO,
LinkedIn.
right? She's your she does your operations, you said?
She does. She runs my life, or as she thinks she does. Yes, she does.
Oh, that's
So,
good. I work with my mother on many things, so it's really cool to be able to work with your mother, especially if like everybody has good synergy. It's a blessing.
well, she's the child I almost lost. So it's
It,
really cool how it's, and now I have grandchildren. So, you know,
and Marlene, you're the godmother.
I'm the
that's
godmother.
her
I know you
godmother.
got some grandchildren, some extra grandchildren too. That's great.
I have a great grandson,
Yeah.
even.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
If
So
people want to find out more about franchising opportunities, babyotter.com.
Yes, babyotter.com. They can go right there, submit a form. I have a VP of sales and marketing and franchising, Chelsea. She's fabulous. And then we all get on the phone and, we take care of them right away.
So
Very responsive.
it's primarily a woman-led business.
It sure is.
I like that.
But we have several male franchises, so
Yeah,
we love everybody. But yes, it's primarily a women's owned business. Yes.
super cool. I like that. I like that approach. Like I said, since we started talking, like you guys' energy is great. You could feel
Thank
it through
you.
the screen and the synergy. Maybe that's also outside of it being a good business opportunity, also why people decide to invest with you guys. It's what you guys do together, not just what you bring to the table. A lot of the times people invest, but they invest more emotionally, and it's not just for the business opportunity, but just because they believe in the vision and the way the founders are portraying their business and putting it out there. So really cool to see, and
you.
hope to refer to you guys to one of the little ones in my family, so we could become a client of yours.
Absolutely happy to do it.
yes.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Love
Yeah, you
that.
gotta put me in touch with your Broward County franchisee, if not you, because we do have a family member in the Broward County area, and
Where in Broward County?
in Davie.
Yeah, that's corporate. Happy to do it.
Okay, so we'll talk offline and we'll line that up. I want to be a client.
Well, we want you to be. Thank you, Alex. I want to be
Cool.
one of yours as well.
Yes.
All right, Marlene and Mindy, it was great to have you both. I hope
Thank
it's
you for
not
having us. It
our
was
only
such a
time on here.
pleasure.
Have you guys on soon.
Thank you
Can't
so
wait.
much.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Alex. We'll
Bye.
connect.
Have a
Okay.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Otter and out.
All right.